Hi, I'm Erica Farber, President and CEO of the Radio Advertising Bureau, and welcome to the latest RAB at Work, the Q Report. Now, this quarter, we're coming to you from RAB's own backyard in Dallas, Texas, and the location of the 2019 radio show. This year's radio show steering committee worked tirelessly on behalf of the industry to reimagine the show with more general sessions and more takeaways focused on how the radio business is transforming and how to best be prepared. We heard directly about what's happening now and how we can collaborate together to ensure our future. With keynotes from advertising and media thought leader Gary Vaynerchuk, to branding and insights from the Dallas Cowboys' Charlotte Jones Anderson, to the power of storytelling from New York Times best-selling author David Fisher. We drilled down on the growth of podcasting, heard from advertisers on the importance of data and attribution, and heard directly from broadcasters who are truly transforming their companies in big and small ways alike. And while many of you couldn't be with us here in Dallas, we are so excited to share some of the highlights.
I've been like Mr. and Mrs. Pac-Man, just eating up stuff. As I go from room to room, I'm meeting amazing people, general managers, market managers, promotion directors, interns, the whole gamut. And we're all here, as I've learned, it's more than radio, it's audio.
I'm just excited to see all our colleagues from across the industry. I love talking shop and hearing people's perspectives, hearing people's new ideas. I love seeing the new generation of leaders coming into the conference more and more. The ideas exchanged and the connections that are made this week, they're priceless. I mean, they're lifelong connections that you make at the radio show.
It's one-stop shopping for everything going on in the radio business and the media business.
Radio matters because you have to bring some of yourself to it. Television or any visual medium, you can just sit back and allow it to flow over you. But radio, you have to bring your imagination.
Radio owns the car. So there's more reach for radio in car than there is for anything else. It's a time when, yes, we're focused on other things because we're trying to get somewhere, but we're not using our phone. We're not really multitasking with a lot of different devices for the most part. It absolutely owns that piece of the on-the-go journey.
Over 90% of Americans listen to radio during the course of the day. No other medium can say that. It's powerful. It touches hearts, it touches lives, and it works for our advertisers because when people listen and listen with intent, they respond to the advertisers that they hear.
I firmly believe that the relevance in our brand can definitely be attributed to the conversation on talk radio and on radio in general. There's certainly always conversation all day long in the ears of our listeners and our fans, of our contrarians, of everyone, but remaining relevant in an era which there is so much competition for attention on every age level is the key to how you grow and how you thrive. Radio has been that for us.
Radio works and radio matters because it's one of the few mediums that can be truly local. It can be live. It can really be in the moment. I think it can provide a connection with people on a truly personal level, and I think that's what makes it really special. That's our secret sauce when it's done well.
It's instant reach, it's instant awareness. Like, people are never going to tune out the radio. People will always tune in, and we are in our cars for like 2, 3, 4 hours a day. It's just sitting in traffic. The first thing we do is turn on the radio. So you are constantly in that space of being able to be surrounded by radio. So I think reach is the important thing for us as a brand advertiser. Is you want to get the word out there as quickly as possible, and from a mass perspective, radio allows that to happen very quickly.
Radio matters because we touch people, because we connect with people on a personal level, because our personalities share a piece of themselves that listeners can relate to. We create an emotional connection with our listeners. Many other media, you don't see that emotional connection. We have it, and we should exploit it.
It was a great panel, very exciting. It was really neat to have the data and then have the actual Gen Zers with me to kind of validate some of the findings and then kind of go more in depth. I learned that radio is a part of their lives, and but increasingly an irrelevant part of their lives, and that there's an opportunity for radio to become more relevant, to sort of evolve into the way that they consume media and to reflect their views of the world.
We have to keep evolving. I mean, my company is a completely different company than it was 10 years ago, and even different than 5 years ago. And I think as the winds change, you've got to read the tea leaves correctly, and you've got to be willing to change with the wind. If you aren't willing to move on a dime, you're going to be left behind. Radio will continue to evolve. Radio is going to be part of the ecosystem for a long, long time, if not forever.
Go do your history lesson of what happened when the radio came out to the newspaper industry, or when the television came out to the radio industry, or when cable came to the 13 channels, or when the internet came to cable, or when the OTT. I mean, this is just forever. This will be forever. People used to do smoke signals on mountains. That's how we talked. People used to draw in caves. That was real. That is how we sold. Things change, and we need to change with them. Pictures and video and words and audio, that will never change. That's how we communicate. Where we communicate it and in what distribution form is constantly changing. Some things get 50 years, some things get 3 minutes.
Well, it's been an exhilarating, fun, and productive week. And again, while many of you weren't able to join us here in Dallas, as an REB member, you still have the opportunity to view select sessions from this year's radio show on demand. For more information on how you can get access to the sessions, check out reb.com. As we begin planning for next year's show, and yes, we're already starting to think about it, remember to mark it on your calendar for September 13th to the 16th, 2020, and we're going to be in Nashville. We'd love to hear your thoughts and ideas on how we can make next year's radio show even better. As always, the REB is here to answer any and all of your sales and marketing questions each and every workday. Just ask REB.